Uh-oh. You're very soft in my headphones. Can I hear you? Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is Sunday, July 12th. I can't believe it's another Sunday. The weeks have been going by really fast. Now let's see. But the days have been going by slowly, right? During quarantine, I know that Tina Fey had that as a joke. Country music writers. Tina Fey put it this way. She said, "What night were what hookers and new mothers all say, right? The nights last forever, but the weeks they go by really fast." So here we are at Songwriters Sunday Songwriters in the Round. I am so excited to welcome friends of mine from the past and from the present, and people who are really iconic in the music business and in the sound out there in the world. So I want to say hello to Pilly Bianchi. Hey, Pill.
Hey, Carol.
So, Pilly has a music company called Bianchi Musica, or Bianchi Music. I call it Musica.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fantastic, and a virtuoso as a child, and we used to do Mama Palooza publishing together.
Those were the days.
I know. And also from Mama Palooza is Rue Starr, but Rue is an iconic New York City indie underground hostess of shows and stage shows and actress and published songwriter. So Rue, say hi.
Hi.
And we've got my poet friend, Carmen Vega from Jersey City. I'm from California. And where else are you from, Carmen?
Well, I was born in Puerto Rico, but I actually grew up here by Hoboken.
Nice. All right. So, my newest music friends who I met at Sync Cafe, which is a part of Sync Summit, and that is Reno Shembri. Hey, Reno. And Reno is a classical and jazz guitar virtuoso. You're really in for a treat. And Cher Chambry, who runs Naz Music, which is I think it's an iconic treasure of music that Jack Millman and Johnny Holiday, you might not know those names, but I bet you if you've watched any Hollywood movie from about 20, 30, 40 years ago, the music was all over the place, and Cher now manages that catalog. So I'm just going to start us off with a song called Stand, okay? And this is, it's a song about peace. And I borrowed some lyrics from the 11th century. Well, everybody stand. Well, everybody stand and clap your hands. Are you good, peaceful people? Well, everybody stand and clap your hands. Are you good, peaceful people? Im en anili וכשאני לעצמי ואם לא עכשיו ומתי ואם לא עכשיו ומתי Well, everybody stand. Well, everybody stand and clap your hands. Are you good, peaceful people? Oh, no, not just for some. Every single one of us must become peaceful people. If I am not for myself, who will be? But if I'm only for myself, what does that make of me? Well, if not now, then when? Or there will not be anyone else left to stand for peace. Well, everybody stand. Well, todos de pie, y todos unidos, y todos de pie, y todos unite para paz todo el mundo. And not just for some, every single one of us must become peaceful people. Oh, peaceful, peaceful people. Let's be peaceful, peaceful people. Come on, peaceful, peaceful people. Until the ocean covers every mountain high. Peaceful, peaceful people. All right. So, that was a song called Stand from the album Feed the Love, Starve the War. And anybody want to volunteer to go next, or should I just pick someone?
Carmen said yes.
Yeah? So Carmen Vega, poet, poetess, why don't you grace us with a poem?
I shall. I just wrote this, so it's a little raw, which I love. I like to work with material that's very fresh. It doesn't have any sing-song in it, so please bear my indulgence. Inspired by Pablo Neruda, his poem called Muchos Somos, We Are Many. Cuando todo está preparado para mostrarme inteligente, el tonto que llevo escondido se toma la palabra en mi boca. When all is ready to present myself as intelligent, the fool that I have hidden inside takes the word from my mouth. The sentiment is, how different are we from one another? How much are you like me? And what happens to me? Does it happen to you? When I cut myself, I bleed. Where is Orion last night? Where is Orion on the other side of the world, the app said. There's the brightest star, to Vega. What's the constellation? Life is spun from a word among the stars we dwell on. The earth is a messenger of ions, a microbe, and instant silos of wheat like the hills on farmland. There's never a dull one in our reality. It is possible to have emerged in a chemical reaction. God is the miracle of our existence, however, but we forget that to err is human. And when we are urged to love, we set nets, boundaries, limits on what, how long, establish reasons and norms for our affections. We cannot learn when our brains have holes that leak the truth. Sifted through colanders of ideas, political discourse seems to have become detrimental to humanity. If you think one fool is going to spare us any ill, you have got another fool coming. From the rear or the sidelines, there are no surprises when it comes to these dual posing camps. Two wings of the same feather. The fool is me, the fool is you. Yet COVID is a riddle that remains unsolved. 2020, the year of vision, has become the year of revelations, because you had no idea that the people next door could have thought like that. Human beings have lost their sight proselytizing. The preachers urge their zoomed in listeners to vote one or the other way, but yet a left wing or right wing of the same bird we have. I just learned that yesterday, and I hope we have a constituency tomorrow. The poet Pedro Pietri had a staccato rhythm in his recital, and I wish his spirit would engulf mine to defy what I see, because I cannot take more destruction and divisiveness. In this year of 2020, the stars I pray to are farther away. If the red planet comes back to observe us, will it allow a second chance to make it right? Before we are ejected from this orbit in a collision with a meteor named contingent on loving all as one. I shun the thought of death, not as defiance, but from the delusion that averts us from apathy. that when I awake tomorrow, I will take one step and place the other in front. One step in front of the other. Because to err is human. I will take one step, and to forgive divine. I step forward because such is life, and we are many. Muchos somos. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
So, Pilly, I saw you grab your microphone. I'm going to take that, if I'm an auctioneer here, I'm going to take that as a signal. So what would you like to play for us? Yeah, and you need to unmute yourself. Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Pilly. I think you're muted. Can we unmute her, James? All right. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay. Carol, thank you for having me because I have a performance company, but with COVID, yes. I'm unmuted now, right, James?
Yes.
Okay, my husband's saying he can't hear me, which is, he probably enjoys. Okay, well, I thank you for bearing with us, James, and everybody who's here tonight. I have not, I've been writing a lot, but I have not been performing lately, so I'm glad that, Carol, you kicked my butt to actually, like, sit down at the piano and sing some vocalizing. So this song is from my CD Wiggle, and I wrote this song with Maria Gentili, who's a really talented singer-songwriter, and it's called Die Hard Friend. And I'm gonna play it with my beats. Sometimes I turn the beat around, and if I do, I meant to do that.
All right.
Maybe. Okay, let's see. Can you hear that?
So quiet without an answer.
That was great. So is that from, you said that's from your album?
It's from my album Wiggle. It's on iTunes.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to share everybody's links up on the comments section of the live stream on Facebook. I actually have that ready to go in my email, so I will do that. Let's see. Rue, can we hear from you?
Sure. Am I moving? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like you're out there in outer space there. The sun is just coming up over the
Stars
crest.
are farther away.
Yeah.
Right, Carmen? Right, Carmen? The stars are farther away. I know. Exactly. That's what I felt like when you said that line. So this one is. You pursued me, then you used me, then you threw me away. I will stay strong because I long for the one still waiting for me. You pursued me, then you used me, then you threw me away. I will stay strong because I long for the one still waiting for me. I let you in, now must I let you go? Will I do it again? You slipped right in, I was so stupid. Will I do it again? You wanted me, I wanted you. Will I want you again? I let you in, now must I let you go? Will I do it again and again? Again and again, again and again and again and again. You pursued me, then you used me, then you threw me away. I will stay strong because I long for the one still waiting for me. You pursued me, then you chose me, then you threw me away. I will stay strong because I long for the one still waiting for me. I let you in, now must I let you go? Will I do it again? I trusted you, you trusted me. Will I trust you again and again and again and again? You still want me, I still want you. Will I want you again? I let you in, now must I let you go? Will I do it again and again? Again and again, again and again and again and again. I let you in, now must I let you go? Will I do it again? You still want me, I still want you. Will I want you again and again and again and again? You slipped right in, I was so stupid. Will I do it again? I let you in, now must I let you go? Will I do it again and again? Again and again, again and again and again and again. You pursued me, then you used me, then you threw me away. I will stay strong because I long for the one still waiting for me.
Thank you.
I liked what you did there with conjugating your verbs to make them rhyme. That was
Oh, do I do that? Do I
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So let's see. So I get to, so you can all see Rue sometimes twice a week at the Rue and Who show, which I'll put some links up for that as well.
You can all join it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. People can.
Joining. The more the merrier.
Good. I am so excited to introduce Reno Chambray. Am I pronouncing that correctly, Reno?
Yep.
So it's a little French there. Yeah. And I had the pleasure of hearing you play during our sound check earlier in the week. It was just beautiful. Which instrument are you going to be playing now?
Oh, this one here. This is my Wilson Brother guitar. I bought this a while back, and then I learned how to wind pickups. So I wound the pickups that are on this guitar, and then I had a modification done. I had Eric Stetz from Stetz Bar make me a special tremolo unit to put on this, so it even has more sound than originally.
Cool. So our guitar lovers out there will know what you're talking about. Make sure you go into the comments section.
Oh, yeah.
And now, Reno, you and Pilly do have something in common. I believe that you both started playing your instruments at 5 and then were in chamber orchestras by the age of 9, and orchestras and ensembles. Did I read your bio right?
Oh, no, I think you got a bit of Jack Milman's. I haven't been in any orchestras at all, but I started at the age of 5. Like I was obsessed with the guitar at the age of 3, and then I got my first, before the age of 3. So I got a first guitar when I was the age of 3, and then I carried that thing around like a security blanket. And then finally, by the time I was 5, I actually figured out on my own how to play like a quick little blues line. And then I had my uncle show me the rest of a sort of a 12-bar sequence. And then from that, I started listening to a bunch of Elvis records and some old rock and roll. And I found like that pattern was everywhere throughout that, even in some old country music. So from that, I sort of learned a lot of little chord structures, like how to rearrange the same chords over and over, and then tried some sort of Everly Brothers kind of stuff. And then by the time I was about 9, my parents said, "That's it, you're taking classical lessons." And I was in London, Ontario, and it was kind of like it was more of a rougher kind of place, you know. And I really wanted to learn rock and roll, so I thought, okay, I'll do this for a few years. And then I put the guitar down for about 2 years, and then that's when I was about 13. Then when I was 15 in high school, I went to a guitar shop. These kids said, "Oh man, come on, let's go look at some cool stuff." I said, "Okay, let's check it out." I started playing some of my old bluesy stuff and some of my old rock and roll and stuff, and they said, "Man, you got to keep doing this." So, you know, it was enough encouragement. And after that, I bought a guitar and I played 3 hours, 4 hours a night, every night, just obsessively. And then I figured out how to play some Hendrix stuff, a whole bunch of the Ventures, and then there was this album I had of Jack Milman's called The Songwriters, 10 Tons of Wet. And eventually I got rekindled with that, and I learned a couple of songs off of that, and sort of that is.
So what are you going to play for us? What are you going to play for us now?
Okay, I'm going to use my bridge pickup. It's a 14K P90.
Okay.
I'm going to play a song that I wrote like within the last couple of years called "The Falcon Returns."
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Holy cow. Well, I guess the rock and roll won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. Wow.
That was wonderful.
40-year lifelong habit here, though.
Yeah. So now we're going to get to share a little bit later. We'll be talking a little bit about the music industry. But who's next? Oh, I think it's me. So I think I'll sing a song from my new CD, which came out right before I had a CD release party at February 27th. And then February 29th, I had a very high fever for about 4 days. And some interesting hallucinations, no breathing problems, and there weren't any tests at that time, so I have no idea. It might have just been a cold, but anyway, then we all stayed home. But here's this song is called My Daddy's Coat, and actually Lynette Harrigan Media picked this song up in her catalog for film and TV. I'm hoping that it finds a home in a TV show or a film that makes Mama some money. So, I put on my daddy's coat and took a walk down Lavrock Road. The children playing in piles of leaves were like we used to be. We tumbled outside after supper time, Barb and Rich, Buttercup and I. Mom threw breadcrumbs on the ground, Dad would whistle birds down. Our voices would soar in a silver-lined arc through the pinks and the blues, melting day into dark. The shades pull down, the days spin round, and where we land seems so far. Scattered wide, we load the kids and drive hundreds of miles, take turns asleep the whole way back. Another weekend fades to black. I put on my daddy's coat to hug me warm this last ride home. Pain will fade till only sweetness remains. The green highway signs gently crest and roll by the bristle-top trees of an etch-a-sketch sky. The shades pull down, the night spins round, and where we land seems so far. It seems so far. The shades pull down, the world spins round, and where we land is where we began. Thank you. I can see you all clapping. And there was a deafening silence. Yeah, so, it was kind of sad, but also I miss my parents. So So, actually, I believe that song plus the lyrics for my album are in a group that Carmen and I are also part of in Jersey City, the JC Writers. So there's a Saturday morning Jersey Plums poetry group that meets that I highly recommend. And Carmen sometimes is a featured artist at their events and at all over the place, Art House. And Carmen, what kind of poem would you like to do for us?
Well, coincidentally, and this isn't a plug or anything, but I was in a day challenge every day in March. I was writing a poem with the Poetry Plum with the Jersey Writers. And I have a very short one that I want to do, but I'd like to follow that with another one that is, I did a lot in LA, and I noticed a couple of my LA friends are listening.
Perfect.
I wonder if I can just link these two poems together next.
Absolutely.
Right on. So this
Por
was...
seguro, por cierto.
Muchas gracias. So this was March 3rd. Attendance taken after the first bell. The morning rush, I exit in a page. Lines and bullet points, health and sciences. I'm grateful the lockdown drill is just that. I brush away the lethargy in the back, the ones afraid to be responsible, concluding life is to be lived the way you want to. For the moment while it lasts, never know in reality which blast is final. Yeah. ¿Dónde estás, corazón? No oigo tu palpitar. Es tan grande el dolor, corazón, el dolor, que no puedo llorar. I get into this broken-hearted mode that drains the living day out of me, leaves me like a gazpacho squeeze, pulping orange, scrape of film. I'm tired. I'm so tired of dwelling in this mystic realm, that hurt-filled, misty environ of sorrowful illusions, of loving painfully, a heartache for the sake of an unknown, chamaco, mocoso, mugroso, derelict, squimoso, scum. Oh, I'm leaving the dreaming behind me for just another day when summer's gone. Just another day. Another day in the pitiful illusory dream of love's unending loops, a twisting and turning, the burning corruption of soullessly thieving mind games, destroying what's real in me. I get into this mode where loving is safe again, a memory filled with agujero holes that drains the painfully real as the sorrow escapes me. And there, avoiding the void where the pain drain, I go one more time and I try it again and again. ¿Dónde estás, corazón? No oigo tu palpitar. Es tan grande el dolor, corazón, que no puedo llorar. Thank you.
Sí, y no puedo llorar. I'm not able to cry.
Yeah, that's one of those melancholy songs of, Latin America. They dwell so much about the heart. She broke my heart. You stole my heart. My heart is on your chains, So I was inspired by that whole melancholic perspective, and I wrote that, and you saw what came out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Spanish, what's fun about, I'm not completely fluent in Spanish, but I do write sometimes in Spanish. And with partners, I'm hoping to partner with you, is that there's still a formal language in Spanish that uses words like, like resplendent, and, that it's okay to use these beautiful, big, bold words to describe what things look like and what things feel like. And I like that. I like that in Spanish you're free to really be as dramatic and beautiful with your language as you would like.
I think they call it romantic.
Romantic, that's what it is. So, Rue, I was hoping that you would go next. Do you have I know I went out of order a little bit.
Sure, I'm always ready.
Yeah, you're there on the edge, you're there on the cusp of the universe. So, yeah, what would you like to play for us?
I'm going to do a cover that hit me during this time. It's called You've Got Time. And I never even ever expected that I would do this song, and now I can't expect ever not doing it. You're singing with us? All right, Judge.
All right, we've got some harmony from Zsa Zsa Gabon, right?
Yeah. The animals, trap, trap, trap till the cage is full. The cage is full. Stay awake in the dark, count mistakes. The light was off, but now it's on. Searching the ground for a bitter song. The sun is out, the day is new, and everyone is waiting, waiting on you. And you got time. And you got Think of all the roads, think of all their crossings. Taking steps is easy, standing still is hard. Remember all their faces, remember all their voices. Everything is different. The second time around, just sing it, Shasha, yeah. The animals, trap, 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 till the cage is full. The cage is full, stay awake in the dark, count mistakes. The light was off, but now it's on. Searching the ground for a bit of sun. The sun is out, the day is through, and everyone is waiting, waiting on you, waiting on me. And you got time. And you got Yay, Jaja. Okay, I got you, Jaja.
Wow, was so Zsa Zsa playing percussion as well? She is so talented.
On time.
She's just singing.
Right. Well, you know, she was doing harmony. You've got
I just
really
drew.
worked.
Can I just say, I've been drawing since this pandemic. A drawing a day. I have a pandemic art collection now, and every drawing is from a person's suggestion. So if anyone has a suggestion, I have a list, and as long as there's pandemic, I'll keep drawing. Today I posted picture 121. So I have actually drawn that many drawings every day, one, and it's everyone's suggestions. And two people suggested Jaja as a rock star.
Yes.
I just drew that this past week. So that is one of the pictures, and I think it went to her head.
It did. It did.
It got a lot of likes, more than most pictures. It's Jaja as a rock star.
It went to her head. So, you know,
Yes.
dogs. We've got an author in the room, in our Zoom room today, who has been writing and representing Chaser,
A dog.
So yeah, so we're gonna. Why don't you talk a little bit about that for a minute, and then you'll grace us with some music. Pilly
Yeah, I live a
Bianchi.
dog's life these days. Been fortunate to collaborate with my dad, who has the smartest dog in the world, Chaser. She's got the largest language learning of any animal in the world. So you may have seen her on Nova, Science Now, or 60 Minutes, ITV, PBS. ABC, NBC. She's been on like every major network, and I have a picture of her here. This is my dad and Chaser. And
I think she would be impressed with Jaja coming and
she'd
singing
be
on.
very impressed and annoyed at the same time because that's just kind of the bitchy dog she was.
She wants to sing with you too.
Yeah, it was all about Chaser. If it wasn't about, yeah, she wasn't the center of attention. She didn't have much to do with anything. But I'm glad that we're segueing into this. So I have, it's been exciting to collaborate with my dad. And again, it's fun to be out here singing and playing, Carol. And that kind of reminds me, Dad and Chaser both passed away not too long ago, and so I've had some loss in my life, but filled with a lot of gratitude, so much gratitude. And anyway, this song is a little bit nostalgic of a little bit of loss that maybe everybody can relate to. So, all right, get your Kleenex out. Okay, Jay's got his arm over here. That's my husband / sound person / like tells me to move on when I'm talking too much. Okay, he was putting some more, took the reverb off and now he's putting it back on. Okay, this song is called If I Let Go. Cause if I let go, who will remember you? If I let go, who will remember? If I let go, will you remember me? If I let go. So, Carol, that kind of was like your song about your dad's coat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was a beautiful song.
Beautiful.
Let's make everybody cry. Who has?
Now let's come on now. Now we got to have a happy song after that.
It's true. It's true. So, yeah, mood swings are just fantastic for songwriting. They're not so great for relationships, but they're really great for songwriting.
True that.
But we are going to now go to Reno, who is going to cleanse our palate here with some joy, right? Some joyful music.
Oh yeah, this one's really upbeat, man. This next tune is called Big City Surf, and it's kind of like when I wrote this song, there was like 2 or 3 different themes I had going. I could have made 3 songs up. I said, no, let's put them together and let's join them and make something really kind of interesting, kind of neat. And this one you'll see, it's kind of like, to me, I kind of consider it's sort of, it's kind of rock and roll, it's kind of surfy and jazzy, but it's got sort of an orchestral element to it, the way it's kind of arranged and just the way it kind of builds and does so without any more explanation.
Great. All right. Nazareno Chambray.
Here we go. Get my rhythm track on there. Okay. Here we go. Of course, I had my guitar turned off. Here we go. We'll do that again. Here we go. There it is.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'd like to write some lyrics to that. That would be
Such
fun.
groovy music.
Oh yeah, man, that's the idea. It's like I try to write stuff that like when I first listened to stuff like Jimi Hendrix, it sort of did something to me. It was more than just like music hitting my ears and going, oh yeah, it just like hit my soul, and it's like, well, I kind of make it whole, like rather than play like a million notes, like I could, rather than do something like crazy tapping or anything like that, I thought, I just want to make every note count, and I hope to do the same thing to other people, like great artists like Jimi Hendrix did to me, or the Ventures, or it's like Wes Montgomery and all that. So, and to try and encapsulate that feeling without mimicking exactly their style of playing, because each one of them has their own kind of unique thing. So that's always been kind of part of the goal for it.
Yeah, I mean, it really, it's amazing how it just changes. Every song changes how you feel so deeply. The music and poetry just changes our mood. It changes our biochemistry. That's my husband going back and forth getting dinner ready. So it changes our dinner.
It influences a lot,
Right. It's really powerful.
Through everything that you do, through your cooking, or just how you conduct yourself with people, or just.
Yeah. So if I can get it together here, I think I'm going to do a song that Pilly's husband, Jay, produced, and
This is a good one.
Battery 90%.
it's not upbeat. So let's just say that it's the title track of the new CD, and it's called No One Knows, and wrote it, and I think it was Jay was just. I think I played the piano, and I put the piano part down and sang the vocals, and then Jay, who's a much better piano player, he did another piano part down there, and it really made a huge difference. He's a wonderful producer. So let's see if I can get this to play.
He's all right. He's cheap.
Well, she needs to find some peace of mind where no one knows, no one knows, no one knows, no one knows, no one knows. No one knows, no. Jagged mountain peaks through snow, tinged in blue. In her palm they grow, and she dives inside, and she goes. Well, no one knows where she goes. No, 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 no one knows. No one knows. No one knows. No one knows. No one. Well, there's a place deep inside where she keeps her happiness, and she hides, because if they find out, well, they will take it away, and she will never get back to where no one knows. No one knows. No one
Woo.
Well, so that's No One Knows.
That was
And
beautiful.
thank you. Talking about mood swings, that was a deep. That was kind of off the edge of the world there.
Yeah, but it's still beautiful. It's poignant. We were ready for it.
Well, you know, the another really wonderful thing about songwriting and playing music is we actually are capable, and through poetry and painting and drawing and all of the creative arts, kind of saving our souls. You know, very deep depression. You can save yourself, and you can express all the depth of what you have. And it's also possible, I used to call it being a musician in remission, that I didn't realize that I was kind of sick if I wasn't creating something. There was something the matter. There was a backup in my heart and in my soul. And so I want to take us to our poet, Carmen Vega. Hey, Carmen.
And you don't know how much you preface my next poem, which I actually wrote many years ago, inspired by a place called Daniels Cohen in LA, which was like a music venue. But there is a woman by the name of Susie Williams, and she used to host poetry and music. And so this poem is a reaction to that. You will figure it out. It's pretty self-explanatory. Poetic verses. I feel myself. I clank these keys as I hear words emerging from me. I'm compulsed but propelled to continue. From a strong sense of loneliness, I emerge in these places amongst powerful, like supernatural human love notes. I emerge in places with smoke-filled walls that hold on to echoes, where resonating fibers of wallpaper canvas vibrate to rhythms of words, ring to the timbre of sorrowful verses and sense-filled phrases. I emerge in places sticky from beer spills, stupors, and drones, drowning conversant dribble. But the fibers remember the verses and words that the poets intoned, and in their own timbre of color and music, prose and stanzas encompassing all but the words, the fibers flutter among us in places where these poets called out their emotions, all the unspoken tokens of old, released from the fibers entangled in places where poetic verses were told. Thank you. I've been writing for a while.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That was really beautiful. So,
I give a shout out to the people that have tuned in. I have like a few friends coming in.
Yeah, definitely say their names. And so if you're on Facebook and you're watching one of your friends here, write in the comments section, say hi. And
oh, I did. Larry and yeah, there are a few people that are on now, so I'm real happy that they are, because I don't even get to see anybody now with this whole situation, except like going to work and coming back home and staying home. So this is wonderful. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Carol. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And actually, right now in the right now in the comments section, I'm going to put links to all of the artists who are up here. Pages, okay? And so you can see everybody's music. I put them all together, and so just make sure that you go and watch their poetry and music and purchase some. That would be a great thing to do. All right. So, Rue, do you have a song for us from out in the galaxy?
Sure. It's another cover.
Okay.
And it's from my, we're so lucky. We were talking earlier how we got, it's human sexual response. We got to live in a time before cell phones, and we could navigate around. I don't know how we did it, but we did. We're still here. So this is a classic song that I loved. I don't know. I hope you love it too. I want to be Jackie Onassis. I want to wear a pair of dark sunglasses. I want to be Jackie Onassis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want bodyguards all around. I'm anxious to avoid an autograph hound. I want to be Jackie Onassis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready for the world to take a good look at me. Photographers can snap my picture. I'll pose for free. Tabloids can make my name a household word. I'll belong to millions and be free as a bird. I want to be Jackie Onassis. I want to be Jackie Onassis. Oh, now. I want my portrait done by Andy Warhol. I'll let them mark it up, Jackie O'Doll. Oh, let me be Jackie Onassis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. First you called yourself Jacqueline. Then you changed your name to Jackie K. After your bout with tragedy, I'll let Aristotle take care of me. I want to be Jackie Onassis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I said I'd be happy to be Jackie. I'd be happy to be Jackie. I want to be Jackie Onassis. Oh yeah. 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 That's a fun one.
Oh yeah. Oh
And we
yeah,
just
girl.
sitting here the whole time.
I didn't realize my mic was on. I'm so sorry. I took
That
the
sounded
place.
great.
I took the place of Zsa Zsa Gabon. I was
Right here. She's right here. Yeah.
No, I saw, everyone moving back and forth, and I thought, wow, we look like the background singers.
Yeah, it was good. I don't care. I didn't hear you. You were fine.
Rue, I love all your covers, girl.
Oh, thanks. She's right.
Yeah.
Thanks. That was fun. All right. We'll probably get one more. I won't do a cover.
I might have to do a cover too.
Well, Rue, I really hope before the night is out, you're going to play that song, I Love You More Than I Love Rock and Roll.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
That's perfect for me. I love bringing Alan Merrill into everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I will do that.
Yeah, I love that song.
Okay. Thank you. All right. That's next.
Okay.
What's in your cup, Rue? I want to know what's in the cup.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ginger.
Oh, tea. Oh, all right. Never mind.
There's a little bit of oh, yeah in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it's time for cocktails. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Hold on. Wait.
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's quarantine time. Into my glass, the ice is clinking. Quarantine time. Each day I wait for our Zoom show to be with you. Together again at quarantine time.
Okay, Jay's just telling me to turn off my air conditioner. Can you hear it?
Fine. No, we cannot hear it.
Okay, then no, Jay.
Boom. It's fine. Stay cool.
Is it my turn?
All right. Yeah. So here we go. Pilla Bianchi.
Okay. All right. Since I'm not going to sing this song. This is a piece. It's not a song. It's a composition, part of my classical world. Again, this is to you guys. You know, thanks for having me here. There you go. Ching, ching, chin, chin. Okay. All right.
Can't go out for cocktails? That's okay. We'll Zoom this cocktail.
Yes. Okay, so this is from my classical CD called, it's the title track called Kyrie. And with my music production business, I have normally performed with a string quartet. And so this is sort of a stripped down version, but it's Kyrie is the Greek word, Greek version of the word Lord. And it, of course, appears in countless religious pieces and requiems, but Mozart and Beethoven, Bach. And I have been fortunate to play in some of the largest, most beautiful cathedrals and synagogues in the world. And was inspired to write this piece. So again, it's kind of stripped down without all my girls who hide up all my my girls they're also young and pretty things. So the more I age in the music industry, I get these young pretty little things to distract from, you know, the old lady behind the keyboard. But it works. And okay.
Beauty and brilliance has no expiration date.
Thank you, Carol. Tell that to Clive Davis. Okay.
lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Now you don't have to follow anything. You can do something low key now, Reno. You can do something really low key.
Okay, here we go.
If you feel so inspired.
well, I wanted to say something before we go to Reno. I've been networking a lot in the last year or two, trying to get the landscape for getting more songs placed in film and TV and ads. I had some placed many, many years ago. Not exactly sure how it happened, but anyway, so now I'm out there networking a lot. And I was at an opening to a company. They threw a launch party for themselves. It was called M-Vibe, a music catalog company specializing in reimagined covers. And I guess, Pilly, you and I hadn't spoken for a year or two, something. You were very busy in your life.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
it was not such a great time for you. But I'm talking to the president of this company and chatting. And of course, you know, I want my music to be places. But when I really listen when I'm in these meetings and people say, we're looking for this. And all of a sudden, everything fell away. And I thought, oh, I know someone that if she reimagined covers, and she must have for her business, Bianchi Musica, for weddings and, you know, Goldman Sachs and all these, you know, high-end places, if there are any recordings of those chamber ensembles, string ensembles doing pop music, I bet you this company would like to be able to have those in their catalog. And I walked away from the meeting. I called Pilly up, messengered, called, emailed. I really bombarded you for about 10 minutes, and you finally got back to me. And you were just so overwhelmed, and you said, look, it's not a good time, but yeah, just yes. So when I mentioned this music to the head of this catalog, he said, just email it to me tomorrow. And he put me in touch with a supervisor, and we got 23 of Pilly's songs into this catalog, and they're really beautiful, and we'll play one of them later.
You rock, Carol.
You rock. So it was kind of like the Mama Pavluza publishing days again. So I'm really happy to share contacts that I make and put another person in touch with a really wonderful music supervisor recently as well. So music supervisors in the room, there actually is Cher Chambry. Cher represents a really interesting catalog of music with some iconic names. Jack Millman, Johnny Holiday. And Cher, why is it that we might not know the names, but we'll know the music?
The music is very familiar of the 50s and 60s, and the way this all started is I'll briefly bring you up to date from the perspective, you know, the story that Reno was telling about with regards to you know, playing music, and he took you up until the age of 15. So I met Reno at 17, and from 15 to 17 he had already written enough material to cover 2 albums, and I just thought, you know, that music that you're writing would sound excellent in television and film. We got to do something with that. And there launched a lifetime pursuit for us that literally our entire adult lives have been about chasing down that particular goal and pursuit. So I started off with publishing. I got involved in publishing, and I worked in newspapers first. That was the first type of publishing that I got involved in. When the web came around, I started working with working groups and actually helped with the working groups that started to attach code to graphics. In other words, helped develop the internet as we know it today. So that would have been back in the mid 90s. Okay, just give you a little peek on our age, but So quite literally, we've been involved in doing this for our entire adult lives. The pursuing of the placement of synchronized music, sync licensing, and so it has been a very eventful journey. Now, let's fast forward a few years here. In 2016, Reno and I decided that we would take a sabbatical. 4 years, we were going to leave the workforce. We rented a farm out in the country, and we produced 6 albums and remastered 4. His 4 original releases from 1999, and we remastered them and got them ready for digital. And I had already pursued a degree in audiovisual as well as web, so I'm a producer in all of those areas. You basically know me as a media engineer. And I just kept thinking, it's not much further for me to go in order to become a publisher. It's not much further for me to go in order to learn the licensing business. And so starting in 2016, we started to learn the licensing business. So this is a very expansive business, and I'll give you a couple of statistics. Just Netflix alone this year has a $17 billion budget for placing music and film. That's huge. That's huge. Okay, so this is the kind of budgets that we get to work with. This is the kind of thing that we get to.
You're getting music into Netflix?
So what I'm trying to say is that there's plenty of opportunity. There are a lot of opportunities out there for everyone. If you consider just in the United States alone, there are over 600 production companies that are currently and actively looking for music to synchronize to film or television. We're in the golden age, which brings me back to Jack and Jack's catalog and what he did in the 50s and the 60s. Jack is 90 years old this year. Jack started in the business way back in late 40s, early 50s. He did his first recordings for Decca Records in 1954 and 1955. And a lot of that music was used in television and sync back in the day. Some of the music that you would recognize was placed in television hit series such as, I Dream of Jeannie, television shows like that. You would have noticed yeah, exactly. Well, he didn't write that one, but some of the music that he wrote was placed in that television series. And also to note, Jack and as well as his father-in-law worked for 20th Century Fox, and so they did a lot of the development of the music on the 20th Century Fox productions at the time. So while
you're talking, Cher, I want James to be queuing up the MP3 from Jack. Okay.
We're going to do a needle drop, a typical needle drop. Play 30 seconds of a song, and then that way we're not taking up too much time on the show. If you could tell me which tune you're going to cue up first, then I can give us a quick little synopsis of when it was done, how it was done, and why it's so important that we maintain archives of our work, not only now, but the work that was done ahead of us a good 40, 50, 60 years ago.
Everything's queued up, so just let me know which one you want.
Let's play Golder Memories. This is Gordon Vanderberg. This is Jack's father-in-law. Okay, so quite literally, this was recorded in 1954 in the lobby of the MGM Grand in Vegas.
So now you want us to do needle drops, so about 30 seconds of this song.
30 seconds of each is all we need to do.
Okay.
The trinkets of value, the treasures untold, are not necessarily made of gold. For I've been a king with great wealth at my throne, since you made a promise to be mine alone. Gold are my memories since I met you. Though we grow old, our love still seems new. Darling, in heaven, when life is through, forever and ever, forsaking you never, Gold are my memories.
If revitalized, if taken off the reels and brought into a modern day format, can not be lost, can be rescued, can be rehabilitated and repurposed.
Yeah. I mean, these are we were chatting on the phone and I just got so intrigued by your catalog, and you played me a couple of these samples, and they're just iconic American music treasures. Let's do one more needle drop, and then we're gonna get to some live music from Naz.
So let's do the bluesiest blues. This one was actually placed recently. Jack was very gifted in being a solo trumpeter virtuoso when he was a child, and he wrote this song basically back in 1951. It was recorded in 1955. This was just placed in The Wife with Glenn Close is her name. Okay, so it's a modern movie. We achieved this placement in 2017. The movie rolled out into Film Fest first, and we just hit movie theaters in the fall of last year.
Yay.
So we're just starting to see royalties come in from this now.
And this time I'm not going to play it, so Carl, if you want to play it.
Material that was developed in the 50s, imagined in the 50s, and repurposed in modern day placements. And again, I mean, this is the beauty and the power of sync licensing. Your material will never expire. Your material will always be useful. There will always be a production out there that needs exactly what it is that you produce, providing that it is a professional production, providing that you can get past the gatekeepers on your production value. So, you know, we don't have to sit here and say to ourselves, oh, but that's a song I wrote X amount of years ago. To be honest with you, all the music that you've heard from Reno today are pieces that he wrote 20, 30 years ago, some of which we wrote 2 years ago, some of which we wrote 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. Music is timeless, okay? We are in the golden age of sync licensing. That's the takeaway for today. You're muted.
That's a great takeaway.
Thank you so much. That was really inspiring, Sharon. Now I understand why you guys couldn't hear me playing this, because I was muted. So, but
no worries. There's always going to be some sort of broadcast glitch.
Yeah, that music was just beautiful. But everyone in the Facebook audience got to hear it.
It really takes you back to the modern age about what was going on at that time. So imagine all the period pieces that are being produced right now. These types of catalog gems, back cataloged like this, is highly invaluable. You should never, ever depreciate the work that you did previously. There is a function for it. There is a purpose.
Right. And also, if you're related to somebody, like I just, when I met Cher, I realized that a good friend of mine, Wendy, her uncle was the writer of Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree with Anyone Else But Me.
Oh, brilliant.
And we were just talking about how she can go to ASCAP and basically, you know, instate her,
if she has the correct documentation, she can ask ASCAP to start redirecting the funds towards the estate and allow that song to continue its viability and to earn for the estate. Just because you passed doesn't mean that your music is no longer purpose-driven. Of course it is. Everything is.
Great. Thank you so much, Cher. So
having us, it was definitely it was a thrill to be here today, and such a beautiful day it turned out to be as well. So very happy to be here.
And Young Love, you guys met at 17?
17. I was 17. Reno had just turned 18. Wow. And so we're talking 31 years on this relationship now.
Nice.
Wow. Well,
all right. So Reno, and then there's a third in the relationship, the guitar, right? So.
She came first, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not silly. She came first.
All right. So Nazarena Chambray.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this one I'm going to play, it's another original song. It's different from the last two I played. It's like, this is more the classical end of things. So this one here is inspired by Taraga, Bach, even like a modern artist watching Muriel Anderson play some really wild, like acoustic but electric at the same time, kind of just beautiful sounds and tones, things like that. So it kind of was really the push to sort of just play more classical on the electric guitar too. And after seeing a really cool album called Jazz Guitar Bach by Andre Benchow, and just kind of like so here's a song that I wrote. It's taken me a little while to write this one. So this one's called Storytime, and this is going to be on an album I'll be putting together. Probably it'll take me another year or so to get the rest of the material for it, but I'm pretty sure The Falcon Returns will be on this album as well. It's going to be kind of a variety album of my writing styles. So here we go. Storytime. Here we go.
Wow.
Wow.
And that is a work in progress.
Oh yeah, that's so brand new. It's like, yeah.
Okay, left hand, were you watching? Did you learn something? Did you learn something?
I learned I will not practice that hard on anything for the rest of my life.
That was so beautiful. You know, there aren't that many notes, but boy, the permutations and combinations.
Highly emotive. That's how I explain him. He's a highly emotive player.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Right,
was
but there's
really...
such a hybrid of all the styles, you know, and I love the classical, you know. Yeah.
With the added whammy bar too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny. I started doing that just a few years ago. My classical guitar, the action started to go on it because the neck from the body it starts to kind of sort of slope up this way over time, right, with the pressure. So it's like a $600 repair, and I was just too lazy to go and get it done. Right? So I started playing everything on this guitar, and before you know it, I started to hook the whammy bar, and even I'll play like Recuerdo Still Alhambra with it. I'll play like I imagine Asturias Leyenda, right, with the whammy bar with the echo and the reverb. It's huge, you know. It's so different too. I like to phrase it differently, and
yeah,
it's perfect. I haven't heard anything like it. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think I think you're gonna hear it. I think you're gonna hear it in some film and TV and ads coming up soon. So
that is the goal.
Man, like I got so much stuff too. I've got like spaghetti western stuff that's original. That you'd think that it came out of a Clint Eastwood movie, you know. And I do like I cover the good, the bad, and the ugly too, right? And I wanted to learn a bunch of more.
And Ennio just died this past week.
I know.
Morricone.
That's so. I mean, he wrote some beautiful music. A lot of great.
Sure. We'll look forward to hearing.
Well, I can't believe I have to follow Reno on my guitar, but so what what I'm going to do is I'm going to play something. It's on the new album. It's called Dreaming 3 into 1. And I had a dream one night, and in the dream, I was in a car and the radio was on, and I started thinking to myself, wow, that's a nice song. How come I can't write a song like that? And then somewhere, as I'm looking out the window, I'm thinking to myself, I think this is a dream, which means that is my song, which means I am writing this song, which means I better wake up and sing it into something. So I woke up, patted down the hall, sang it into a device, went back to sleep, and when I woke up the next morning, there was a little germ of an idea there, and I decided to try to recreate the sound of in between dreaming, waking, and sleeping in this song. So let's just make sure you can hear. You can hear those? Okay. Just between the gray and gold, silver chimes ring their tones clear and strong. 3 echoes now unfold in rhyme. Mama, Papa, baby are still sleeping now. Daylight's halo dancing on our skin. Feel the flowers open to the tender glow. Dreams pour out as wishes wander in. Feel the moments expand and unwind, flying us up to the sun. Worlds have been traveled from deep in our minds. Dreaming, we 3 into 1. Dreaming 3 into 1. friend. She's at school, only 3 pillows apart as the breeze is wandering. Gravity with no rules. Mama, Papa, baby are still sleeping now. Daylight's halo dancing on our skin. Feel the flowers open to the tender glow. Dreams pour out as wishes wander in. Feel the moments expand and unwind, flying us up to the sun. Worlds have been traveled from deep in our minds. Dreaming, we 3 into one. Into one. Dreaming 3 into one. Only 3 pillows apart. Dreaming 3 into one.
Yeah.
So I like to investigate the guitar, all up and down.
Well, that's how you do it, man. That's how you figure it out, slowly but surely. You know, that's how it was for me. I experiment with sounds, I experiment with effects, chord structures. Sometimes I'll put chords together that don't fit just to see what they're gonna sound like. And then twist them around and you just alter them a little bit. It's like scales and all that. There's like 70 different scales and arpeggios on the neck of the guitar, like just in one octave alone, right?
Right.
Octave, and it's like, and that pretty much covers all the tonal ranges. But you know, if you start to mix and match them, then you come up with, you know, you go half Lydian and you go the other half Dorian, you know, in keys.
Right. I mean, I like to try to write things that I've never heard before. I mean, that's our goal as songwriters, right? You know, if we're going to do covers, we definitely are going to do them well, or we're going to reimagine them. But when we're going to do our originals, we like to make sure they're actually original. Yeah.
Even covers, I always try when I do cover a song, I try to play it as if I wrote it. I try to play it like as if I own it, like it's mine, right? So that I lock and load when I play, and it's all muscle memory after that, and it's like I can rely on myself to get through it, not to, okay, well, what personality should I wear right now? It's like, it's all, I mean, like with me, it's like when I play, I suppose it's all the same personality, but it's like different aspects, it's the different voices that I can somehow convey, you know, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So, Carmen, do you have one more poem for us here?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oops. I have lots of poems, but this is also one that that emerged from that challenge of writing a poem a day with the poets, the poet plums on Saturdays. So this was done in March. I think it's March 1st. I am gathered here, keep myself together, gather parts that are disassembled, one on top, the next one slowly placed upon the other, the bridge between the thought and the stimulus to act, extended, not a path, but a gap. It elongates. I rest in my unrest, lie here, I wait under cover. The sun may rise soon. I gauge what I just saw, what just transpired. A moment, a second, a chance. The third, just pass. The next approaches. Existential summations. My memories are my treasure.
Some very nice performance poetry, Carmen, just to let you know. I've very much enjoyed your work.
Thank you very much. I'm doing a lot less sing-songy. I do incorporate some of my singing, but I decided just to do poetry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful. I had a question, however. I have some friends that have texted me that they can't tune in right now. Is this going to stay on Facebook? And how would that work?
They can't tune in. They're not able. So, but it is streaming, right? So I got shut down one week because one of my guests was a Grammy winner, and we played her song, and Sony was like, they pulled the plug on us. But I think people are watching us now. Yes, it will be streaming, and it'll be on your Facebook page, and also at Carol Lester Productions.
No recording though, Eddie?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it recorded? And
yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, thanks.
So perhaps then, James, I can grab a transfer of the recording at a later date.
Yeah. All right. So, Rue, I was hoping we have time for one more song from you, Rue. I was hoping you were going to do the I Love You.
Sure.
Yeah. Oops, you are muted.
Okay, yeah, no, I am muted. I'll play that, of course. Alan Merrill is a very special brother to me. He passed away March 29th from this COVID-19. And this song I wrote for him. Raised in boarding schools and getting into trouble, dating celebrities and debutantes. You were a heartthrob, a teen idol, writing hit songs before the internet dropped. And I love you more than you love rock and roll. Yeah, 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 I love you more than you love rock and roll. Way you played that 12 string, you made it look so easy. Songs or stories woven meticulously together, a patchwork quilt of life you shared with all the masses. Playing games till the end, even in your dark sunglasses. And I love you more than you love rock and roll. Yeah, 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 I love you more than you love rock and roll. And then you turned 69, and what a turn it was. Nothing makes sense, therefore everything does. And I love you, yeah, I love you, yeah, I love you, yeah, more than you love rock and roll. The heavens lost a rock star, the heavens gave a star, and you'll shine for eternity no matter where you are. You are everybody's hero. There isn't a soul who doesn't know I love rock and roll, and I love you more than you love rock and roll. Yeah, 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 I love you more than you love rock and roll. Yeah, 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 I said I love you more than you love rock and roll. And every artist needs a brother, just like Alan Merrill. I love you, Alan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, Rue.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that's I love that song.
Thank you. He helped me write From Heaven. I know he did, because I stole 2 lines of his in that song. So
I love rock and roll.
Yeah, he wrote that, so.
Yeah.
It's under 16 bars, so, I'm good.
Right. It's under 11 notes.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's enough, though. It's perfect.
But what's really crazy, the 11 note thing. And yet, if you're a guitarist and you come up with a lick, or you're a bass player and you come up with a lick, or you're a drummer, that doesn't count. It's only the melody. So I do feel badly for, musicians who kind of
were the reason within the first 3 seconds that a song played on the radio or on a video that everyone knows that song.
Certain cases, though, those parts are copyrightable.
Oh yeah,
they're integral. It depends.
Okay. I want to do another needle drop, and I want to do it on a Pili Bianchi. It's Rolling in the Deep. So, James, do you have that queued up? Yeah, so why don't we do about 45 seconds of that one. This is one of the 23 songs that M-Vibe Music Catalog for TV and film accepted, and we have to find, the industry kind of is on a lockdown because they're not filming anymore, although we heard recently that Spike Lee, no, not Spike Lee. There's a couple people in Canada. Cher was telling me.
Yeah, we're active again up here in Canada and Hollywood North. We've started with local productions. Now, U.S. and specifically California is due to fire up in August, but local productions only for the first little while. I would expect 30 to 45 days to get a full refire. Right. Once we start, it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks in order to get us back to full production.
Right, and there's a couple producers who've had their people living in trailers and with a medic tent and all sorts of interesting variations on how to get up and going. But let's take a listen to Pop Reimagined by Bianchi Musica and Pili Bianchi, composer.
On that is conveyed loud and clear, but I'm happy to place that.
I don't want to stop listening to it.
Well, thanks. My girls do that, and when we do that live, it's like it blows your hair back. We do it faster than that, so
I'm going to say we probably give the whole audience goosebumps. That's what I'm going to say.
That's pretty nice. I love it.
So my instincts when I met the director, when I met the head of that agency, were really right on, Yeah. And I'm just so happy. And when I called Pili, she was like, nobody wants to hear a chamber ensemble doing what was it? You Should Be Dancing by the Bee Gees.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, that was the song that I then, after that phone call, I said, would you be interested in a string ensemble doing You Should Be Dancing? And he goes, here's my number. So
I love the Bee Gees.
Yeah, so there's, play what you love, write what you love, record what you love, and there's a beautiful place out there for everyone and for all of your music. So this has been, oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock. I can't believe it.
Thank you, Carol, for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. Somebody asked me on here where they could get a copy of that song of mine, 3 into 1. So I'm just doing a little link for her. But everyone up here, I posted their how you can find them and get their music. Pili Bianchi and Rue Star and Rue Show. And Nazareno Chambry. And thank you, Cher, so much for coming from Naz Music. And my good friend Carmen Vega, thank you for your poetry.
My pleasure.
And James, thank you for producing this. Now, James also produces Ruin Who, which when is the next show? And actually, musicians can jump on, and if Rue and James share a link with them. So when's the next show? When's the next Ruin Who? Whoops.
It's Wednesday. Oh, Jaja, it's Wednesday, July 15th. She's telling you. 6 to 8, right, Josh?
What's that boy? Is Timmy in the well? What's going on?
There's an old show.
Oh, Timmy's in the well? All right, let's go get him. All right, so Wednesday from 4 to 6, right?
From 6 to 8.
From 6 to 8, okay. And I can't wait to see you all again really soon. I hope you come on again. And it's been such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Carol. It was great to meet all of you guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much. It was a blast. Thanks, James. See you soon. Everyone, you were amazing. Pili, I miss you.
Likewise.
Love all of you.
I wish you could license all our music for us, but good luck with all of yours.
Yeah,
you too.
There's a place that Rue, when that meeting happens, and someone says something to me, and I know there's a Rue Star song for them, I will definitely call you.
Sounds good.
Always room for Rue.
Oh yeah.
I got lucky once, and it was just like
Bye, everyone.
a little more. All right. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Hey James, that went pretty.